Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm here. Good morning. Today's the 30th. Oh my goodness. One more day left to go in this month. Good morning. Happy Friday, Miss Gloria. Happy Friday. Good morning, everyone. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, Lisa Fire. How are you? Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, today's my nephew's birthday. Yeah, we got a lot of January people. Yep. Good morning. Hey, Little Black. How are you? Good morning, Liz. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Just filling out my commitment calendar. I hope it's working out for you all. Good morning, Eileen. I'm ready for... You're ready for Freddie. Oh my goodness. It's so funny. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the room. Double tap, share. Let me share it out. Let me share it out as well. Good morning. You're in Mexico. Awesome. Welcome to the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Double tap, share. Hello, my friend. I can't read your tag because I don't speak that language, but good morning to you. Welcome to the room. Let me know what your name is. Let me know what your name is so I can shout you out. All right, so share, double tap, share. Alejandro, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. All right. Awesome, awesome. Hi, Leela. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Come on in, double tap, share. Let's get the numbers up. Let's do that. Let's do that. Ismail. I hope I said that right. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey, Carlos, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Okay, numbers are going up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Double tap, share, 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 share. Welcome to the room. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's Friday already. Like, the month is done already. We were just saying Happy New Year. That's crazy. Good morning, Global Chick Venture. How are you? Hello, Sadina. How are you? Hello, Devin. Good morning, everyone. Good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing great. No complaints at all. I have no complaints. No complaints at all. Good morning, Derek. How are you? Good morning, Melissa. How are you? How you doing? How are you doing? Okay, awesome. Great, great, great. I love where the numbers are going. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the room. I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor with a focus in productivity and mindset. Welcome to my virtual space. Good morning, Teeks. We gather here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time to command our day, to get our mindset in the right place and set our intentions for the day. Then we go out and we execute. All right? We go out and we execute. Okay, you're from Senegal. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So hit the follow button, get connected. We're going places and you can join along with us, all right? We're going higher, becoming more. Yeah, and this is the year that we do it. All right, awesome. Let's jump right into our gratitude check-in. The numbers are looking good. Great, great, great. Let's jump right into our gratitude check-in. Go ahead and drop in the comments some things that you're absolutely grateful for today. What are you grateful for today? Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Doesn't have to be anything big or fancy, right? Why do I have all that in the background? It's my office. That's why. It's my office. I'm not sure where else should I put them. I don't know. It's my office, that's why. Okay, grateful for all of it. Awesome. Great, great, great. Grateful for everything. Awesome. 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 Hey Harvey, how are you? How you doing? So we're doing our gratitude check-in. We're doing our gratitude check-in. Okay, let me keep going. We're doing our gratitude check-in. I'm absolutely grateful for everyone, even those who are challenging me. I'm grateful for all of you. So we practice gratitude here because we want to stay in the mindset of abundance. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It's just amazing how people tell on themselves, like where their mindset is at. And it's like they don't understand that they're telling on themselves where their mindset is at based on the questions that they're asking, right? You're telling on yourself. So it's best to just observe and move along. If it's something that you don't agree with, that you don't like, just move along, right? Because the moment you open your mouth to say something, the words that are coming out of your mouth is telling where your mindset is at, okay? So if you don't agree with it, just keep it moving, okay? That's all. That's what we're going to do this year, okay? All right, great. So that's our gratitude check-in. Again, we practice gratitude to help us to stay in a mindset of abundance, okay? We're not complaining. We're not finding anything to complain about. We are going to be grateful for what we already have. All right. So that's our gratitude check-in. Grateful that I did not lose power last weekend. Yes. Awesome. Yes, 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 indeed, Harvey. Yes, indeed. Because I remember a snowstorm some years ago that we actually lost power. And the funny thing is the day that we decided to go to book a hotel, that was the date that the power came back. We were in the living room getting ready to go out to go to a hotel, and that's when the power came back. So I'm absolutely grateful for that as well. Absolutely grateful for that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so that's our gratitude check-in. Now there are two mantras that we're walking through this year with. Two mantras that we're walking through the year with to reprogram our minds so that we can show up and show up well for ourselves, right? So number one, here's the first one. I am an effective executive over my life. Thank you, Liz, for putting that. Thank you. Thank you. I am an effective executive over my life. That is mantra number one that we're walking through the year with. Number two, I only exude executive energy. I only exude executive energy. I am focused. I'm disciplined. I am organized. I am focused. I am disciplined. I am organized. I only exude executive energy. That's it. That's what you're going to get from me. Nobody's going to pull me out. Nobody's going to let me show up in a character that does not represent who I truly am, right? So I'm focused. I'm disciplined. I'm organized. So the two mantras that we're walking through the year with, I am an effective executive over my life. So I'm going to make decisions, get connected to people who will help me to get to my next level, right? I'm making healthy decisions for my enterprise, right? I'm making healthy decisions as the executive. And I only exude executive energy. I'm focused. I'm disciplined. I'm organized. All right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. So those are the mantras that we're walking through the year with. Let us pray. Let us pray. Let us pray. Let's do that. All right. So we're going to pray the 23rd Psalm and then we'll move into our affirmations. All right. I'm going to pray for all of us, everybody. So here we go. I'm going to pray. You're going to type amen in the comments that says that you agree with the prayer. So here we go. The Lord is our shepherd. We shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in the path of righteousness for our name's sake. For his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. For thou art with us, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil, our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Amen and amen. So that is the 23rd Psalm. We pray every morning. We understand the importance of communicating with the Father. And if you don't know what to pray, pray the scriptures. It works. All right. Yes, surely. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. All right, we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to move right into our affirmations. Good morning, Dragonfly Girl. Good morning, Almas. How are you? How you doing? V Stuttert. Good morning. How are you? All right, let's move right into our affirmations. Good morning, Twin Twin. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Hey, Keish, how are you? Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. All right, so I'm going to walk through our affirmations. I'm going to read through them. You're going to repeat them to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. There's so much power in agreement. So let's do that. Okay, so here we go. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Good morning. Here we go. I am capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. I am a visionary. I see beyond my present. I think beyond limitations. I create the future. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is impossible for me. I can have it. I can build it. I can become it. I can heal from it. I can go there. I can write it. I can launch it. I can build it. Nothing is impossible for me. So we want to stay in that mindset as we go through this year. Nothing is impossible for you. Whatever that big dream is, whatever that big goal is that you have for this year, nothing is impossible for you. You can have it. You can build it. You can become it. You can own it. You can go there. All right. You can heal. You can recover. Nothing is impossible for you. I want you to stay in that mindset. Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. So really quick announcements, and then we'll jump into the word of the day. All right. Well, let me say thank you to everyone that showed up last night to our group counseling session. It was really good. Very good. It was very good. So my ministry hosts a group counseling session the fourth Thursday of every month. For those of you who are new here, if you missed it last night, you can send me a message to be in the next one. So the last Thursday of next month, we will be in another group counseling session. Yes. Essence of my identity. Yes, yes, indeed. I loved it. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. So again, thank you to everyone that showed up last night to the group counseling session. I appreciate you all, and I hope that you took away something from that session that's going to help you to get to your next level. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Now, for those of you who want to work with me, I do have a coaching community and I have a mentorship program. You can message me. You have the affirmations in one of your videos. It's awesome. The first time here. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the room. So the affirmations, you can find them in the front of my book, The Bold Moves Manual. And they will be in the 2.0 version of the book as well. So the affirmations are right here. Okay. But great question. You can find it in the front of the Bold Moves Manual. Okay. They're right here. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. All right. What was I saying? So coaching, mentorship. So I do have a coaching community where you get weekly life assignment. There's a book club connected to that as well with a reading plan that you get. Every Thursday, the reading plan assignment goes out. And every Monday, you get your life assignment to complete. Where may I buy this book? Can somebody type it in the comments so they'll know where to get the book? Okay, I can't say it because they'll flag my live stream and then I'll lose you all. My numbers will go down. So somebody's going to tell you, Eric, see, they're typing it in the comments where you can get the book, okay? All right. So it's the Bold Moves Manual. Or you can just type my name in. All of my books will pop up. But this one has the affirmations in it. All right. You got that, Eric? You got it? Let me know. But they're putting it in the comments. Okay, great, great, great. So again, for my coaching community, you get weekly life assignment. There's also a book club that is connected to it. You get a reading plan with that book club. We're currently going through The Mountain Is You. This is the book that we're using inside of my coaching community right now. So you get weekly life assignments. You get a reading plan for the book that we're going through right now. The next one that we'll be working through is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So you also get reflection questions with that. So you're doing the internal work inside of the coaching community. With my mentorship program, you get access to all my training videos and you get to be a part of our monthly strategy session. Now, tomorrow is the strategy session for January. So we're going to start the year off strong. We're going to set the foundation for the rest of the year and get really clear on our goals for this year tomorrow in our strategy session. So if you want to be a part of that, send me a message. If you want to work with me, send me a message. Let's get working on your life goal. Let's get working on creating your dream life. Now, excuse the stains on this. My daughter dropped something on it. I don't know if all of you have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? My program focuses on fulfilling the top 2, esteem and self-actualization. So everything that I teach focus on getting you to this top level, fulfilling this top level. Okay, you have. Okay, great. So everything that I teach inside of my coaching community and my mentorship program is focused on fulfilling these top needs. Esteem and self-actualization, making sure that you maximize your full potential, that you're not leaving anything on the table. You're becoming exactly who God created you to be. All right. So if you're ready to matriculate to the top level of this hierarchy, right? Yes, it is Christian based. It is Christian based. So all of my programs, they're focused on getting you to this, fulfilling this top level. So esteem and self-actualization. All right. So I have coaching community and a mentorship program. So send me a message and we'll discuss which of the options are best for you. Now, if you want to get into my mentorship, our strategy session for this month will be tomorrow. So you would need to get in today so you can make it for our strategy session tomorrow. Okay, so we can get crystal clear on your plans for this year and create that execution strategy that you're going to use to fulfill your goals for this year. Okay, so just send me a message if you have any questions. You can also see the link in my bio if you want to read more about my programs that I offer. You can see the link in my bio and it will give you some more information. If any questions come up reading through that, just send me a message and I'll be sure to answer, okay? What time is the strategy session? 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now, if you're not able to make it live, I do record and then upload it to the portal because you do have a private portal that you get access to all of the training, all of the recordings there. Okay? I'm trying to get my life in order. Right time. Right time. Yes. Yes. There's no better time than today. So send me a message. Let's get you enrolled. You can hop into the strategy session with us tomorrow and we'll create that plan for the rest of the year. Now we meet every month. So there will be follow-ups. Okay. So we can see what's working. What do we need to shift? All right. Awesome. So if you want to be in that strategy session tomorrow, send me a message. Okay, you're welcome. Just send me a message. Let's get you enrolled and let's start creating your dream life. Like, you don't have to stay stuck in the space that you're in or the level that you're in. There's information, there's strategy, there are communities that can really help you to get to where you're trying to go. And I don't want you to feel like it's too late, or there's some things that in life you can wait too long and you miss out on it. But there's no better time than today to start getting your life together. I shared with you all last few days about this new community that I'm in, and we meet on every Wednesday, right? And one of the guys in that community, I don't know what this is on my band, but he was sharing his story, right? How he was an adult living at home with his grandmother, right? He didn't have his life together. There's nothing going for him. And something happened around about 9/11. He shared about 9/11 happening, and he had a wake-up call like, oh my God, my life is not going in the right direction. I'm an adult, but I have no money. Nothing is going for me. I'm not doing anything for myself. He had an epiphany and he sought change. He got to church, right? Went to church, started going to church. His life changed. He got connected to the right people. Today, this guy owns 25 acres of land. He owns a blueberry farm. They raise horses. So I don't want you to think that, okay, my life is just too messed up. It's too crazy. Things can change if you get in the right community, get the right information, and apply yourself. Hey, Maverick, how are you? You studied Maslow. Okay, yeah, I first learned about him in nursing school. I love psychology. That was probably my favorite class. Yeah, but I don't want you to feel like it's too messed up. Life is too far gone. I'm too grown. Today's the day to start. Okay? Today's the day to start. All right? So let's get the help that you need and the strategy that you need, and let's take you to the next level. All right? Great. So I say all that to say, if you want to work with me, send me a message. Let's start working on designing this life of your dream so that you can execute and make it happen for you. All righty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The money plan. Yes, for those of you who are saying, thank you so much for reminding me of that. Yes, Maverick, onwards and upwards. That is the direction that we're heading in. So for those of you who are saying, I need a coach, I need a mentor, I need to take some courses, I need to purchase some books for my personal development, but I do not have a budget for it, I do have the money plan. It's on the link that is in my bio. It is a free resource. I said free. Yes, I did. So 10 ways how to fund your personal development. You're going to download that. For those of you who are saying, I don't have the budget for personal development, you're going to download that file and you're going to execute on the things that I share with you, how to fund your personal development. You're going to execute on them, okay? And then you're going to come up with the money to get the coach, get the mentor, purchase the books, do the courses. Even if you don't work with me, I want you to get ahead. So download that free resource, apply the plan, get the money together, take the course, hire the coach, hire the mentor, and get yourself to your next level. Okay? So again, if you do not have a budget for personal development, see the link in my bio, download the money plan, and let's do this thing. Let's get it done this year. It's 2026 already. 2026. That's crazy. That is crazy. We're 4 years away from 2030. That's crazy. Only 4 years away from 2030. Think about that. This is not the year to play around with your time. Okay. Good morning, Minister John. Good morning. Yes. See the vision, plan, and execute. No excuses at all. So send me a message if you want to work with me. Download the money plan on the link that is in my bio. Start executing, get that money together, and then get the resources that you need to give you strategy and give you information that will get you to your next level. Okay? How to download file program? What's file program? What do you mean by that? Silvera, what do you mean by that? There's a link in my bio. All you're going to do is scroll to the section that says money plan, hit that green button that says download now, right? Put your information in. Where do you want us to send it? What email address do you want us to send it to? Pop that in there, hit download now, and it comes right to your email. That's it. As simple as that. All right. Let's get into the word of the day. I think that's it. That is all on my announcements, but message me if you have any questions. Let's get into the word of the day. Gets an extra. Oh, is it? Is it this year, Maverick? It is? Okay. Okay, so my brother was born on February 26th. So if he had delayed a few more days, he would be in that group of people who skip out on birthdays for what, 4 years? How long is it? 4 years? So if you were born on a leap year, you don't get another birthday until 4 years. Is that how it? I don't remember how it is. But my brother was almost in that mix. Almost in that mix. My grandson's also February. All right, let's get into the word of the day. Let's do that. Let's get into the word of the day. So today, the word of the day is surrender. Let's talk about surrender. Let's talk about it. We did like 30 days talking about surrender last year. Let's do a refresher. Yes, surrender. Let's do a refresher. Love that word. Awesome. Yes. Surrender. That is the word of the day. Yes, yes. Surrender is the word of the day. Yes, it is. Now, in a high performance space, surrender often sounds like, what is the name of the book? This book, The Bold Moves Manual. See it? Or you can type my name in and all my books will pop up. Yeah, The Bold Moves Manual. Okay, great. You're welcome. All right, now in a high performance space, surrender often sounds like weakness. It does. But in reality, it's one of the most powerful leadership skills that you can master because we're all leaders in some capacity, right? Thank you, Sarita. How are you? Thank you so much. We're all leaders in some capacity. Leaders in the home, on the job, in the community, right? We're all leaders in some capacity. So if we can adopt this powerful strategy, it will really help us. Now, surrender is not giving up. It's about giving into clarity, alignment, and trust in the process, which is usually the hardest part. right? Trusting the process is usually the hardest part. So today I want to help you redefine surrender as a tool, not just submission, right? I'm going to help you to redefine it as a tool for strength and not just submission, because every time we think about surrender, we think about it in the context of submission, right? So let's redefine it as a tool for strength. And I want us also to explore how to create peace, focus, and resilience in both personal growth and professional leadership as well, as we're all executives, right? Okay, now let's get a better understanding of the concept of surrender. The definition is the intentional act of releasing control over what you cannot change while taking full responsibility for what you can. Okay, that's surrender. The intentional act of releasing control over what you cannot change while taking full responsibility for what you can. Surrender is not passivity. It's not. It's the discipline of trust, letting go of resistance so progress can flow more freely. In other words, let the resistance do what it's doing until it comes to an end. Okay? And I know that is hard. I know. It's one of the hardest things to do. Let the resistance do what it's doing until it comes to an end. Because whether you believe it or not, that resistance is building something in you. It's growing something in you. It's teaching you how to be more strategic. It's teaching you patience. It is. It is. Okay? All right. And it's also a signal. It's showing you something that you need to see. All right? All right. So again, let the resistance do what it's doing until it comes to an end. Don't fight the resistance because you will burn out. Let it do what it's doing until it ends. Leaders, entrepreneurs, high achievers, they often carry the burden of control. And that is something that I know very well. Okay? I told y'all that I'm always working on my level of patience. Always. Okay? Because I'm analytic, right? I want to know when, I want to know how, I want to know what color. I'm a very analytic person. So I'm sharing my flaws with you all. I'm not afraid to share that with you all. Like, I want to know when, how, what color, okay? What direction? Is it coming on its side? Is it coming upside down? That's just me, and I'm working on it, okay? I'm doing much better than I was up to a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm doing much better today, okay? I'm doing much better today. I'm in a place right now where I can say, okay, it is what it is. Just let it be, right? And I find more power being in that space where I can say, hey, it is what it is. This is going to happen right now. Okay, it is what it is, all right? And I find that I'm more powerful in that space than trying to, no, you got to go left right now. You got to make a right when you go 2 minutes up the road, right? Right? I used to be like that. It's flaws that makes us special. No one's perfect. Yes, yes, indeed. All right, so leaders, entrepreneurs, high achievers often carry the burden of control, but control and clarity rarely coexist. Rarely. Surrender helps you to release the illusion that everything must happen your way, your time, in order to succeed. And that's just not the truth. It's not always going to happen your way. You can plan and you can strategize. There's nothing wrong with that. But then you have to get to the space where you can detach, which I'm going to talk about that in this notes. Detach a little from the outcome. You know what? I'm going to plan and I'm going to strategize, right? Because it's wisdom to do that. But I'm not trying to hold too tightly to the reins of the outcome. It has to happen this way. Has to happen at this time. Has to come in this color, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's okay to plan and strategize. That is wisdom. But you're not holding on so tightly to the outcome of everything. All right? Love that part of the book. when it says, shrug your head and say whatever. Yes, 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 and move on. Yeah. So I find more power in that space, Teeks, of just saying, okay, this is just what it is. This is just what they're saying at this time. Okay. All right. If that's what they're saying, then okay. It is what it is. Right? So I find that I'm more powerful in that space than trying to control. No, they should have said it like this. They should have done it like that. They should have. That's so exhausting. And I don't want to be in that space no more. I don't. I spent a lot of my years doing that. And again, we get in that space out of things that has happened to us in our lives, right? So a lot of us, we experience where we were disappointed over and over and over again. People let us down. People didn't show up. People didn't hold to their end of the bargain, right? We've experienced all of that, and that kind of shoved us into the place where, okay, I have to have control over this because people always disappoint me. They always let me down. They always go back on their words. So life happened and pushed us in that space. But we have to get to the place where we recognize that, okay, that is not necessarily the best way to function. So let's figure out another way to do it. And that comes with surrender. Okay? I know it's not easy because we spent years having control over everything. I want it to happen this way. I want it to happen that time, right? So it takes time to get there. But again, when you get there, you can sense that, okay, this is a more powerful space to be in. Okay, that's what they said. That's fine. Oh, that's what they think. Okay, that's fine. Oh, this is not going to work out right now. Okay, that's fine. It's a more powerful space to be in. Okay? All right. Let me get back to my notes. Let's get back to my notes. All right. So you don't lose power when you surrender. You gain focus. And this is how you're going to redefine surrender as a tool, right? Instead of just submission. Okay? So it's not that you lose power. You gain focus. When you take a step back and look at what's happening, analyzing the resistance that you're facing, this analysis will give you clarity and help you to focus, right, as you navigate to your next level. Okay? So see surrender as a tool and not weakness, because it's not weakness at all. Like I said, you gain more power in that space when you can say, okay, that's just what it is right now. I'll try the next time around. Okay? All right. Now, when you fight with resistance, there is a cost. There is a cost for refusing to surrender. Yes, it is a flex, though it's not easy. That is true. That is true. Thanks for all of that. Appreciate words. Time to go to work. Okay, awesome. Have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right. Oh, that's for you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for showing up. Now, when you fight with resistance, that there is a cost for refusing to submit. When you refuse to surrender, when we, all of us, because this applies to me, this is helping me too, right? I don't just write books for other people. I write for myself because when I read it over and over again, it helps me. Okay? So when we refuse to surrender, we hold on to outcomes, expectations, and identities that no longer serve us, right? And we talked about shifting yesterday. So say it is a new position, right? It's time to shift to a new position, a new job. You start to face resistance in the current position, right? Every time you turn around, it's like something's happening, something is going wrong, and you have to be running around like a firefighter, right? Because you want to stay in control, running around like a firefighter, putting out fires, patching up holes that the company had even before you started, right? You're running around, putting out these fires, patching up these holes that the company had before you started, trying to control outcomes of every event just to justify you staying there or staying at that level or staying in that connection, patching up holes, putting out fires everywhere, trying to justify the surrender that needs to happen. Just fighting against the signs that's telling you it's time for a new direction, and not surrendering to the call to move along, move on, let it be. Now, I'm not telling you to leave your job that puts food on your table. I'm not telling you that, okay? I would not tell you that. But you gotta, if you are in that space where that is your experience, put a plan together to transition out of that. Because you're getting the signals that it's time to surrender to something else, right? It's time to surrender to a new way, a new path. Put a plan together and work that plan to transition. Okay, I'm not telling you, oh, just get up and quit the job because there's too much fire around here that you have to put out. No, put a plan together. Okay. Listen, Chef Foster, listen to the next portion of it. I'm not telling you to just get up and walk off the job. No, put a plan together. Say, you can title it, this is my transition plan. Because I do have, some of you all know that I'm a pediatric nurse. I do have a transition plan for my career because I've been nursing now 13 years, 13 or 14 years now I've been a nurse. I do have a transition plan to transition out of bedside nursing into administration, right? So I wouldn't just get up and walk away from it. No, I wouldn't. I put together a transition plan. So if that is you, if that is your situation where you sense that, okay, it's time to move along from this, put together a transition plan, right? Yes, Sarita, thank you for repeating that. Thank you. So put together a transition plan if that is your experience. Now, this works in any area of your life. Put together a plan. Okay, so wherever you're getting the signal in and there's resistance trying to say, hey, next, new direction, new position, new thinking, new goal. You're getting the signal in that you need that. Put together a plan. Okay, what if they are Mr. and Mrs. Know It Now and think they run you off, the team leads. Type that again. I don't think I understand that question. Type that question again. Okay. Yes. New mindset, Mr. Webb. Absolutely. New mindset. Yeah. So now here's some common results. Let me keep reading because the time is going so fast. Here's some common results of non-surrender. Okay. Just enroll in school, education, better opportunities. Awesome. I love that. I celebrate that. I celebrate that. I'm so happy for you. I celebrate that. Absolutely. And you're going to be successful. Absolutely. Opportunities are going to come even before you finish school, my friend. Opportunities will come. All right. Know it all, but are the okay. I see what you're saying. Here's what I will tell you. For you, right? Now, the person that you're talking about, this book would help them, but I want you to read it to learn how to deal with that person. Okay? All right, Lisa, I want you to read this book to help you to deal with that person. Now, they would benefit from this book, but I want you to read it to learn how to handle that person. Okay? All right? So you need to get this book. Okay. All right, Lisa, how to deal with that person. So her question was how to deal with a know-it-all person who is the team lead, right? That was her question. Her question was about a know-it-all person. So if you're being led by somebody who has that ego issue and they act like they know it all, right? They would definitely benefit from this book, but I want you to read it to learn how to handle that person, how to navigate around that person, okay? Without having to leave the job if it's a good job for you, okay? So get this book. It's going to really help you, teach you how to navigate that and how to handle a person with that type of personality. All right. It's a really good book. I know it looks thick, but it's a good book. It really is. It's going to help you. Okay? Handle with care because ego is fragile. Yes, 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 yes. So get the book, read it. It's really going to help you. All right, awesome. So here's some common results of non-surrender. Number one, burnout. You're running around doing everything, putting out all the fires all on your own, right? Narrow-minded, a leader can be a follower sometimes. Yeah. But not everybody has that information, Mr. Webb, so they don't know how to handle it. They freeze up when they're dealing with individuals like that because they don't know that, right? And some of them shrink. They have great ideas that could really help the team, but because the team lead, oh, I know it all. No, you don't need to give any advice. I don't need to hear from you. I've been here longer than you. I have more education than you. So they never take the words of somebody else who may have a great idea to help the team. And then that person who has the idea is going to sit back and be like, oh, they don't need my advice. They don't need my word. When your idea could be the one that takes your team to the next level. So you got to learn how to manage people. Okay, so get this. Emotional Intelligence 2.0. Really good book. I know it looks thick, but it's a good read. An easy read. Okay? All right. So burnout number one. Trying to do everything leads to exhaustion and disconnection. Okay? Exhaustion and disconnection. Get all the names on the book in the comments. Okay, great. Number two is frustration. Forcing outcomes creates resistance instead of results. Okay? And number three, stagnation. Holding on too tightly prevents innovation and adaptation. Okay? When your need to control exceeds your capacity to adapt, you're not leading anymore, you're managing fear. And we don't want to do that this year. We're not walking around here managing fear because it makes us act out of character when all we're doing is managing fear. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. All right? Okay, great. Okay, time is going so fast. So I want you to consider, what are you currently trying to force or control that may actually need to be surrendered so things can flow instead of forcing it, trying to control every aspect of it. I want you to consider, what are you currently trying to force or control that may actually need to be surrendered? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to skip through some of it. Again, once I publish 2.0 of this book, you will get all the notes. I'm going to jump down to the formula and give you the formula, and then we'll do our declarations. Then I've got to go. All right, so I have to skip through some of my notes. It's too much to go through in 1 hour, but it will be in a 2.0 version of this. Okay, those of you who are new here, the words that I'm going through right now, they will be in the 2.0 version of the Bold Moves Manual. So stay connected so you'll get the notification whenever it goes to print. All right, so I'm going to give you the formula. I'm going to skip through the psychological part of it and then just give you the formula for today because the time is running out. I have to go before my alarm goes off. All right, so here's the formula for strategic surrender. The formula, number one, is awareness. Identify what you're holding too tightly to. What is that thing? What are you holding too tightly to? And it applies to our families as well. Like our children, are you trying to control their decisions, especially grown kids? You're trying to control their decisions, right? And you're getting some resistance there. They're coming back at you and it seems like it's anger within them, but you're not allowing them to grow into who they are, right? And I can talk like that because I have grown children, okay? I do. So it could be in the case of your family, right? Is it somebody in your family that you're holding too tightly to? You're not allowing them to do themselves. Not that you're going to let them just run around without giving any healthy advice, but you also don't want to try to control the reins, okay? All right, if you have grown children. So identify what you're holding too tightly to. Ask yourself, what's draining my energy but not producing any results? I'm not getting any results from this thing. If something consistently breeds anxiety and frustration, it might need to be released. Okay? Gotta release it. Please name all names of the books. All names of the books. So I recommended Emotional Intelligence 2.0. And the only other book I talk about is mine, The Bold Moves Manual. If you type my name in on the site that they told y'all in the comments, you'll see all my books will pop up there. Okay? Hey, Lisette, good morning. If you type my name in, Anika V. Brown, all my books will pop up. All right? Yes, thank you, Miss Gloria. There you go. That's where you go. Go right there. Type my name in, Anika V. Brown, and all my books will pop up. Okie dokie. All right, great. So number one, I got to go. My alarm is going to go off. Number one is awareness. So identify what you're holding too tightly to. Number two is assessment. Clarify what's within your control. What can you control? Okay. So clarify what's within your control. What are the things that you can change? Because that's where your focus needs to be. Not trying to change people, trying to change certain outcomes. You can't change it. So distinguish between what's yours to manage and what's yours to trust. Trust the process. That's hard, a very hard thing to do. But I promise you, if you can do it, you'll be better for it. Okay? You control your effort, your attitude, and your consistency. You don't control timing. Because you may say, okay, in 6 months, this thing has to happen. 6 months comes around and it hasn't happened yet. Can't control the timing. Apply yourself, and if it happens in 6 months, okay. All right? So you don't control timing. You don't control the response of others. And that is why I said to you all that in the space of surrender, using surrender as a tool, I find that I have more power. If their response is something negative, I can control how I respond. Okay? So I have more power because I can control how I respond to whatever their response is. Okay? I can always say, that's okay. That's what they think. Fine. That's okay. That's all right. If that's your response. And I'll talk about healing again, and I'll always talk about healing because it's important. Because if you're the type of person who you have old wounds within you and the response of somebody is triggering those old wounds, it is not on them. Yes, they may be mean. We understand that, but it's not on them. It's up to you to heal that old wound within you that is being triggered every time somebody says something or they say it a certain way. It is your responsibility, okay? It's your responsibility to heal that old wound. And sometimes people will say things, but they don't really know your background. So they don't know that saying this thing and saying it this way will impact you in a certain way because of your history, because of something that you experienced in the past. They don't know that. They don't know that. But you can control your healing process and how you respond, not how someone else responds to you. Okay? So your healing is you sitting in your power, right? I know people say that and it's all spooky, but I'm not saying it from a spooky point of view. No, I'm sitting in my power in the way that I respond. The person that was on here earlier with the negativity in the comments, I'm sitting in my power in how I respond. I could just have lashed out at her, I think it was a her, right? And just go crazy on her. But no, I can't do that. I have to sit in my power and respond in a way that represents who I am, the healed version of me. All right? The healed version of me. So I can't control the response of others. I can stand in my power and say, okay, that's what you think. That's fine. That's okay. All right? What about if you come to a point where you can't fight anymore? Fight what? What are you fighting? Share that with me. I got 3 minutes and I've got to go. What are you fighting? When you say, if you come to a point where you can't fight anymore, that could be an indication that, okay, surrender in a healthy way, not giving up on life. That is not what I'm saying at all. Not giving up on life, okay? But surrender in a healthy way. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to try to control this. I'm not trying to control them. I'm not being too connected to this outcome. I want to have some level of detachment from it so that if it doesn't work out that way, I'm still in a healthy headspace, right? So I'm not talking about surrender in the sense of giving up on life. I hope nobody's walking away with that understanding, because that's not what I'm saying. Okay? It's not giving up on life. It's not. All right? So you can retype, what do you mean about when you can't fight anymore? All right? I got 2 minutes and I've got to go. There's something else I wanted to share with you. So let me give you the formula real quick. Awareness, assessment, so get clear on what you can control. Adjustment, replace force with flow. Let it flow. Yes, life is precious, absolutely. And number 4, alignment. Trust the bigger picture. Surrender requires believing that everything that is unfolding has a purpose, even the parts that don't make sense right now. Later on, you'll realize that it makes a lot of sense. Hey, Michael, good morning. Should I ask your books in any send me a message. A person that's asking about my books, send me a message, okay? Because my time is running out. I gotta go. Thank you for letting Holy Spirit use you. Thank you for showing up so you could receive it. Thank you for showing up so you could receive it. So number 4 is alignment. Trust the bigger picture. Surrender requires believing that everything unfolding has purpose in it. Okay? It has purpose in it, even the parts that don't make sense right now. Because I promise you, if you keep going down the line, you're going to understand, oh, that is why that happened. That is why it happened that way. That is why it happened that way, right? There's something that I'm experiencing right now in my life. And initially, when something happened and it went crazy and just took me off track, I was like, oh my God, not another thing that I have to deal with. And that thing stretched out for a whole year. But now I'm in the space where I see how God is going to make that work out for my good, right? I can see it even before it happens, right? In the beginning, I was like, oh no. In the beginning, I was like, why? Another thing that I have to handle, another thing that I have to take out time out of my day to deal with, right? It was a major thing too, a really big thing, right? And that thing stretched out over the period of an entire year. I mean, during a time when we were doing the 365 challenge. You would have never known that, right? Later on, I'll share the whole details with you all. But I experienced that thing the entire year. I was going through it and I didn't understand, like, why now, right? But now, today, I can see how because of that thing and because I handled it well, it's going to cause me to position myself in a better space, okay? I can't give you all the details yet, but now it makes sense. I understand why it had to happen that way, right? I understand it now. So again, surrender requires believing that everything unfolding, it has a purpose. Even if you cannot see how it's going to work out, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, I want you to believe that in the bigger picture, time down the line, you're going to look back and say, now I get it. I understand why it had to happen that way. Okay? So I'm not telling you to give up on life, because if you give up on life, you'll never see the end, right? You'll never get that understanding. You have to keep going so you can get the understanding. Okay? All right. So true alignment is peace in the process. And the final thing that I'll share with you in the formula is action. Lead with release. Once you surrender, take action, okay? Take action from a place of calm assurance instead of anxious control. You make better decisions when you're not driven by desperation. All right? Awesome. I'm going to leave. I'm going to have to stop there. There's so much more to go through. But again, The rest of the notes will be in the 2.0 version of this, okay? You will get the rest of the notes once I send it to print. All right? So the word of the day is surrender. Not giving up. Not giving up. It's not weakness. Surrender is a tool that helps you to get clear. Okay? All right? So it's not giving up. Awesome. Let's make some declarations and then I've got to go. I'm way over my time. All right? We're going to make some declarations. For the person that was asking questions, please send me a message. I don't really have enough time to try to figure out what you're trying to say in the comments. There's not enough time. Like the 1 hour goes by like that. Like that. I'm trying to work into my schedule where I can come on in the evening times, like do a second live. I'm trying to work that into my schedule, and hopefully I can do that in the coming months. Okay, but when I get on in the morning, I have 1 hour and then I've got to go. All right, but hopefully I can work that into my evening schedule, and then I'll be able to answer more questions that you have for me. Okay. All right, let's do 2 hours then. I can't do 2 hours in the morning. I really can't. Okay, maybe at nighttime when I get on, I can give you all free range to ask any questions. So I'm working on getting that into my schedule. I can even open up the side box, right? So that you can get in the box and ask your question. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm going to try to work that into my schedule. Even if it's once each week, I get on in the evening time and give you all the opportunity to ask me questions. Okay, I'm working on it. Let's do our declarations and then I've got to go. Let's do that. I'm going to decree for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I decree that the Lord is blessing us and keeping us in all our ways. I decree that his face and his favor is shining upon us and giving us peace. I decree that we're healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I decree that we're well balanced in every area of our lives. I decree that we're blessed coming and going. I decree that our storehouse, our savings, our checking, our investment accounts are blessed with abundance and overflow. I decree that we're blessed with clear direction and a disciplined life. I decree that the rain of abundance, favor, and goodness is falling on us. I decree that we're blessed with success, with prosperity and provision. I decree that we walk today in faith and expectancy with results. I decree that we're empowered to prosper in our walk with the Lord. I decree that God's grace is giving us speed and acceleration in all that we do. I decree that things of great value is coming our way today. I decree that the Lord is amplifying our voices and perfecting our gifts. I decree that God is connecting us to great men and giving us strategic kingdom opportunities. I decree that we are victorious in life. That is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today. And we understand that anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. So I need you to pay attention to those areas of your life where you've been holding too tightly to the reins and you've gotten exhausted, you've burnt out, right? I want you to figure out, what does surrender look like in this area? If I just surrendered to the things that I can't control and just work on the things that I can control, how would that make me feel? All right. So I want you to think about that today. Take the day on with faith and expectancy. Expect good things. I don't want to miss any of the live next time. Okay. So I get on at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And if you do miss a live stream, I put all the recordings over on my YouTube channel. So I am the Productivity Coach on YouTube. All right, awesome. Awesome, Dragonfly Girl. So get connected to my YouTube channel. So if you miss anything, you can always watch the replay there. So I'm the Productivity Coach on YouTube. Okay? Or Anika V. Brown on Facebook. So you can watch the replays there. All right. Great. So take the day on with faith and expectancy. Expect good things, expect answered prayers, expect promotion and increase, because anything is possible. Powerful session today. You're very welcome. So have an amazing day. For all my mentees, I will see you all in the strategy session in the morning. If you want to get in for the strategy session tomorrow, send me a message. You got to send me a message today so you can get enrolled in the program and you can get all the tools and join us tomorrow in our strategy session. On YouTube still. YouTube, I'm the productivity coach. Okay. Sunday, yes, I will be on Sunday on my ministry page. I will be on 7 a.m. What's your name on YouTube again? I'm the productivity coach. Can someone type it for Jasper? I'm the productivity coach on YouTube. So you want to follow me there. I probably have close to 1,000 videos over there right now. I think so. All right. So the replay will be there. I'm the productivity coach on YouTube. Okay. All right. Awesome. Message me if you missed anything. I've got to go. And I will see my mentees tomorrow. For those of you who follow my ministry page, I'll see you all on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. All right. Bye for now.